Oh man, coming back from vacation is rough. Got to try to remember how to do all this. Hey, I know I saw 300 subscribers, so that was awesome. So, people out there hit like, subscribe. That seems to be working, so that's good. Okay, let's see. Got my Bears hat. Check. Microphone. Check. Okay. Headphones. Check. I got my Jarritos, the official drink of tacos. Check. Okay. Whew. I said that whole hit like and subscribe to join our community, right? Pretty sure. Where are my notes? I got that. All right. I think we're about ready to get the show started. How do I do that? Is it this? No. If it was, the song would have started. Is it first? No, that's not it. Oh, it's this. Let's get it started.
Mic check. Chicago check. Monsters of the Midway check. Every Sunday got the city on fire. Every episode taking Bears fans higher. Talking quarterbacks, linebackers, draft day dreams. Breaking down the game like a championship team. No hot takes, just football facts. Blue and orange faithful got our backs. From Hollis to today, we carry the torch. Welcome to the show. Pull up a chair on the porch. Everything Bears show. Bears, let's go. Everything Bears show. Everybody knows. Everything Bears show. From the lake to the road. Everything Bears show. Chicago, let's go. The Bears never sleep. And neither do we. Everything Bears show.
Everything Bears show is off the chain. He's out of control right now.
We're always out of control. Happy Sunday morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Everything Bears Show, your home for Everything Bears. And as Wedge mentioned, you boys, get your ice cold Jarritos ready, the official drink of tacos. And hopefully soon, Everything Bears Show. Wedge, back in the building.
Back in the building. It feels good to be back, boys. I missed your ugly mugs. Jay Grizz, I did go back and read the comments. I saw you saying I'm a slacker, man. Come on, bro. Come on. But wonderful vacation. Had a beautiful time away. Congrats to the show for hitting 300 subscribers, man. That was awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank all of our viewers at home.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys so much.
Yes, I am back again.
But yeah, as Wedge mentioned, man, tell your friends. Wedge is back. Wedge is back. And again, yeah, I mean, it was, Ezra was able to man the ship with a special guest twice, and we got us over the edge, man. You guys, 300 subscribers has been absolutely like ridiculous. Like seriously, thank you, and keep it up.
Yes, it's very, very, very special. Thank you to Chad, who covered the seat while I was gone. Thank you very much for filling in, sir. Awesome content. Started watching the shows when I got back to Civilization. Awesome stuff. Great stuff. Very interesting. So thank you, Chad. Thank you, Coach, for stepping in, dissecting plays, and breaking down a little bit of film on the channel. So thought it turned out pretty good.
Absolutely. So, topic of the day, right out of the gates. We've got a roster full of young talent. We've got a roster full of old, gritty vets. Who do we think this season is going to explode? Who's going to rise to the top? The cream, Wedge, we know, always rises to the top.
Oh, yeah, it does. For sure.
So who do we think it's going to be? That's what we're asking today, chat. If you guys have any names, float them out there, and Wedge and I will break it down our very best and see, if they're gonna, they're gonna explode or not this season.
We could look
Wedge.
at this a couple different ways, right? So we could go, who's the young guys who are going to break out, right? The rookies, second year, third year players type of thing. Let's just throw this out there. We all can agree that we think Caleb Williams is going to take that next step and explode out. But let's go outside of Caleb Williams. For once, let's keep the QB out of it. Let's give him a week off here.
That's right.
And then let's take a look at some of the vets. Who are those veteran guys that are either playing for another contract or future contracts that we think could start to break out? Guys, if you put a name in the chat, float the name out there. Let's talk about it. Noah's throwing out Rome. Now put your supporting documentation in the chat, and we will start going over that. Good morning, Big Baller. Good morning, Chad. Good morning, Noah. And Jay Grizz, of course, good morning.
Yeah. So since first come, first serve, man, Noah, Rome Odunze, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's break them down a little bit.
Show your work.
Again.
Yeah.
Let's show our work. Let's remember week 1 through week 6, like our 5th game. The kid was looking like a stud, an absolute stud. I think you said it best too, where you were like, we were all saying, there's the connection we were looking for. Yeah. Our number 1 pick, and then 9 picks later, our 10th overall pick. There's that chemistry when we were seeing it, and like it was blossoming and everything looked great. But he gets kind of with the foot, right? He had suffered a broken little something in his foot. He'd had some games off, but then he tried to come back. He didn't look 100%. He was struggling with contested balls after that and just did not look like the same Rome. But he's had a whole off season now to recover, get that foot back up to 100%. And I agree with Noah here. I think Rome Odunze is definitely be looking at a big uptick this season. Big.
Yeah. If for me, and I'm sure most Bears fans out there, those comments that he made in OTAs about the foot being the new normal, that scared a lot of people. But listen, all right, let's read into the tea leaves a little bit here. That's him saying that he had the injury, he worked through it, he's good to go. I don't think he lost a step or anything. You look at those first 6 weeks, what do you have? 5 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Multiple touchdown games. Nothing huge yardage wise, but he was on pace for 1,000 yards before the foot derailed that. So yeah, I think Rome is a very good candidate that could break out here for sure. So the question I have is he going to be overshadowed by his running mate on the other side? To be determined.
And we will get to him probably later on in the show for sure. Chad says that's a hold on Rome until he sees his foot is healthy as wide receiver 1. Now, I did mention on the previous show or the show before when Chad was on, I had said that I'm watching YouTube one night and I come across a small documentary on Michael Jordan's career. It was like an hour and a half long, but I didn't know that in Michael Jordan's second season, he also broke a bone in his foot.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, as we all know, Michael Jordan's whole catalog and career, we know it as Bears fans. Did the broken foot, stunt his career any?
No.
No, it didn't. And I know Chad was like, so what are you saying? Are you saying Rome's going to have a career like Michael Jordan? And I said, yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. So, yes, him having that broken foot and coming back, I'm not worried. I'm not. I think he's going to be just fine, and he's going to produce now. To his counterpart, which we will get to later in the show, because guys are there's another name it. There's two more names in the chats we got to hit, but to put a stamp on the Rome Odunze thing, I don't think the foot's gonna like be this career-ending thing. He just tweaked something in his foot, a little broken. He did not get surgery, so there's no pins or plates or anything. There's no metal in his foot. He's gonna be just fine.
Yeah. Good morning, James. Another new name up coming here. Bear down. Absolutely. So, I think Rome, we'll know right away, I think, with Rome here. And he's been kind of the forgotten guy lately, hasn't he? Like, you hear a lot more about Luther and all these other guys, but Rome kind of seems to be the odd man out, which Rome's personality is kind of like that, right? He's not a big flashy personality or anything. He's just kind of that shy humble guy in the background. Yeah, type of thing. So
I don't know. So good morning, Mr. Dreas. He says he's pushing back a little bit on me, saying, yeah, it did. Jordan would have been even better. like all the athletes, his health held him back. Then he broke through. But that's my point. He broke through. That's the heart of a champion, right? That's Michael Jordan. I don't know. The broken foot didn't seem to. He could have been even. So he could have went further than the free throw line. Is what you're saying? He could have dunked from the top of the key. But that broken foot in year 2, he could only do the free throw line.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is Rome's going to bounce back. He's going to bounce back huge. Big year, 1,000 yards. Book it. 1,000 yards. But thank you, Mr. Dreas, for commenting. Don't go nowhere. Stay in the chat. Keep communicating. I don't mind a little pushback. Got thick skin in Chicago. That's where we're raised to have thick skin.
Yes, we do.
But you guys are rolling in. This is great. So let's go through. Next up, Big Baller actually says number 54.
The rookie, Logan Jones. Okay.
So, okay. State your case, Wedge. This is kind of your guy.
Yeah, so let's put him and Bradbury, right? Those are the two competing for the center job. I've been saying this for a while. You have two guys coming in. Bradbury might have the slight edge because he's been in the NFL before. So he's used to NFL competition, the speed, et cetera, et cetera. But with that being said, you know, the rookie coming in wearing the 54, the iconic jersey, right? He's coming in learning the playbook at the same time that Bradbury is. You know, he's had plenty of starts in college, and if he's going to be the projected center of the future, if they're close and there's not much drop-off or whatever, why not start the kid? Yeah. You know, you still have an inexpensive backup veteran center as well. You know, I think this is truly one of those positions that we'll be able to kind of see what way that they're leaning through the preseason games, right? We'll see the practices, who's practicing with the ones. This is going to be a competition throughout camp. And even if he doesn't start game 1, I really got to think that by the end of the season, maybe mid-season, he's going to be in there, you know, rocking and rolling as the center of the future.
So at first I was thinking, and you make good cases, Wedge, man. Sometimes when you give these breakdowns, I want to run through a wall. Okay, because like I was thinking like, well, because Bradbury, he's been in the league, like you said, all those things. He's probably going to get the start, but then maybe somewhere in the middle of the season, we're going to see Jones take over at center. But, you know, you got me really thinking about that one because the case you just said, I mean, they're both learning the playbook at the same time. You drafted this kid in the 2nd round. He was touted as the best center coming out of the draft. We got a young quarterback. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If the kid shows he's got all the moxie to start, of course, right? Let him start week 1.
Yeah.
Let him start week 1. And then
Might
him
as
and
well.
Caleb could just, next 10 years, there you go.
Mhm.
Taken care of.
You know, the bye is what, middle of the season. I think it's smack dab in the middle. So if he's not starting week 1, if he's not starting that week after the bye, I would be kind of surprised. If he doesn't start at all this year, unless an injury or whatever the case may be, then I would really be nervous. Like, oh, okay, we moved up to get this guy. Is he not the next heir apparent? Like, what's going on there?
What happened there, right? We've got some comments, you boys rolling. Right, this is where things might just go all over the place. You guys are rolling to this morning. This is great. Big Baller says, yeah, see, Rome's playing for his bag. So that could be another thing, right? Because he also is going to be playing for a contract. So Rome's going to come out with a little extra special sauce.
Yeah. I mean, you look at it, Rome and Caleb, same draft, same round, first round. So they have 5-year control on both of them. That means that this third year really sets up like what type of contract that you're going to be looking to get extended for. Because in year 4, you know, as you're going through the season, they make the first decision to pick up your option, which in both of these guys' cases, I'm going to assume that they're going to pick up, well, I know they'll pick up Caleb Williams 5th year, but Rome, who we're talking about, I got to think that they're going to be picking up his right now as well. And then you look at extension. Darnell Wright's in that situation right now where we're waiting to hear what his extension's going to be. And, you know, well, I'm going to be curious to see what that looks like.
You think he's getting it before week 1?
Yeah, if they're smart, you know, why drag it into the season? It seems like the Bears take care of their guys that they want fairly early. And then I think the earlier you do this, the cheaper you could get the contract at, right? Because as other guys who are in similar situations, like the dude from Arizona, when he signed, now, you know, that's a contract that you're going to have to probably match at minimum. And, you know, now you start opening up the debate. Well, you look at statistically, Darnell Wright's a 2-time second all-team NFL player where this guy was, yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, I mean, earlier the better. And earlier you get it done, the more you could spread that money out and, you know, factor it into the future.
Chad says, I'll buy Burden. Buying Burden's breakout, however, sell the narrative of Burden better than Rome. The margin between the two is close. You know, and I think they offer two different things on the fields. They don't do the same thing. I think they're both really good route runners. But Rome doesn't have the yak that Luther does, and then Luther obviously doesn't have the length that Rome does. So back to Chad's point, the margin between the two is close.
Yeah. And you can't really label Rome like a possession receiver or anything like that because he doesn't have those type of hands yet.
Not yet. Right.
Yeah.
Not yet. Hopefully he's worked on that a lot. Big Baller, I think going back to
54.
Jones. Yeah. Wearing that number, you better play big. Yeah. Those are big shoes to fill if you want to kind of,
you don't want to desecrate the number.
You don't want to desecrate the number.
Yeah.
Facts. Let's see. Slimbo, good morning, man. Bear down. Good to see you this morning. Says Green Bay gave Watson 4 years, $92 million. To me, Rome and Watson are the same guy. They kinda, huh? The touchdown dependent or bust every week. They both about 3 catches a game guys. Rome needs high touchdown total. His reception's always low.
So Christian Watson, I know we looked this up. What was his career year? 620 yards?
Yeah, the year he did 600.
Yeah. And they broke him off for $100 million, which is absolutely nuts to me.
Bunkers.
Yeah. bonkers is the best word. Absolutely. Like, good on you, Green Bay. Thank you for breaking off a dude whose career high receiving is 620 yards. Yeah. They're paying him based on potential.
Right.
You know, and unfortunately, the old saying, the best ability is availability, it definitely fits there, and it might fit for Rome. We'll see what happens this year.
Yeah, hopefully that's not Rome's story. Yeah. Right. But I promise you this, if Rome's career high ends up being, what was it? He just had like 700 yards.
Yeah, 660 something, I think. I was actually pulling it up, so
he ain't getting no 100 million from Ryan Poles.
No.
We could probably
facts
book that one. Let's see. Jay Grizz says Rome has talented receivers behind him chasing, so he knows. He knows that he wants to be wide receiver one in the offense. He's got to catch everything. I can't agree with that more.
Yeah.
He needs to catch everything. If that ball touches your hands, Rome, you better come down with it.
Yep.
Let's see. Slimbo. Rome has a 51.3% catch rate. 98 receptions on 191 targets over the last 2 seasons, ranking 116th out of 121 wide receivers with at least 50 targets during that span. Those are not good metrics.
So Rome was 44 grabs for 661, 6 touchdowns. I'm going to see if I could get a breakdown of the first couple.
Gav in the
games.
House. Shout out, Gav. What's up? Good morning. He says, tighten up. Get on the bandwagon.
Mm-hmm. So before the injury, kind of looking at it, the first 2 games, he really kind of came out, where the Vikings game, he had 6 grabs for 37 yards and a touchdown, averaged 6.2. So catching a lot of underneath stuff, obviously, in the infancy of the offense. Week 2 against Detroit, we don't remember this game because they got 50 burgered.
Yeah, but
7 grabs. Yeah, 7 grabs, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Look at that. Look.
Cowboys, 3 grabs for 62. Raiders, and a touchdown. Raiders, 4 grabs, 69 and a touchdown. Commanders, 2 for 32. Saints, 2 for 31. Ravens, he had another big game, 7 grabs for 114. No touchdowns. So he had 2 100-yard receiving games. Giants, he was close, 6 for 86 and a touchdown. If he's going 6 or 7 grabs for 85 to 100 and a touchdown a week, sign me up.
Yeah.
Right? Even if he's, 7 for 85 and a touchdown type of thing where, he's catching 6 to 8 balls a week. Yeah. I think that's kind of what you're looking for.
It is. And I think he can get those numbers, but just to Slimbo's point, or actually no, it was Jay Grizz actually said it. He just has to catch the ball.
Yeah, hang on to the damn ball.
Just catch the damn ball. That's all you got to do, Rome. And like with the other points, he knows he's got mad wide receivers behind him, and he wants to keep his spot in the offense of where it is. He knows what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Chad says he's buying on Jones too. All right.
Yeah. It's he's the Hines guy, right?
Yeah, catch up for life.
Yeah.
Jay Grizz says, I also feel like Braxton or one of the other backup left tackles might break out. Hearing good things about the 3-0 linemen that worked out with Teron Armstead, Braxton being one of them. I know. Did you see those pictures? I almost wanted to comment in the comments of like, it kind of just looks like Armstead just manhandling our left tackles. Did you see some of the things? I was like, he had Theo arched all the way back, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing to our guy?
I did see some of the pictures and stuff here. Let's table Braxton Jones, because I this is one who I had on my list as well. Let's talk about the big name up here before we forget. Jay Grizz is throwing out a couple different ones.
Yeah, so I'm going to start this one. I started.
Okay. Let's go back to his original one up at the top, Booker.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
There's a lot to unravel here, right? We've been tooting the Booker horn for a while on the show, and not just us, everybody across Bears Nation, because there's so much riding on this particular person, right? We literally are telling ourselves that this could be the difference between a good defense and what we were seeing for most of last year, right?
Yes.
Depending on what Booker's arc is here. He's in year 3. He was drafted as a developmental player, and as history shows, year 3 is where they start to take the leap, right? They start getting to the top of that arch. We need to see it. We started to see it last season. Think about the playoffs for Booker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He had a great playoffs for the Bears. At the end of the season, there were certain games where he was the only one getting pressure.
Yes.
Right? He stood out. To me, he stood out more than Montez Sweat, even though Sweat had 10 sacks last year. And, probably the best way to describe Sweat last year is that he was consistent, right? Never really flashing, never really had a game that he was just invisible for the whole games. Now, there was times during games we thought he turned invisible, but, with Booker, the trajectory is going up. So as long as he keeps going that way, he put on all the muscle. He's leaned out. Hopefully his body's gotten stronger to where he can stay healthy. And if he does, if Booker reaches double-digit sacks, now we have something to talk about. Double-digit sack edges. If Tez can keep on his pace, get 10 again, Booker at least 10, or one of these guys get 12 to 13 type of thing.
Yeah.
Now we're starting to, cook with gas, as they say.
Agreed. And I don't really have anything to piggyback off of what you just said, other than I'll repeat what you said, because I wholeheartedly agree. Like, why does it feel like, and we are making Booker like the X factor, like it's dependent on his production. If he's a menace in the backfield all season, we will have a good defense. If he's not, then our defense is going to look a lot like it did last season.
Yeah.
No pass rush, no TFLs. So,
kind of to throw in here too, Booker was signed for 4 years. This is year 3. So this is a big year for him here, right? I don't think he has any options available for him. He hits free agency. So if he has a good season this season, what's the number one priority for the Bears in the offseason? It's to re-sign this guy.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
What's up, Berlissimo? Welcome.
We also got just because he'll bop in and out real quick, so we'll get to him. Don Burr, Bears 6-11. Rome is a top 10 bust. Tesla, a 3rd-round pick, will be better than him. Booker, all hype. Go ahead, Wedge. Go ahead.
They're having some issues with their 1st-round picks, but when they give up on them, I guess they just cut them and turn them loose when they're facing felony charges. But
just throw them on the street. You're just out of. You're not coming here. You might have posted your $1 million bond, but you're not coming to this facility. You can forget it. Hey, you know what? That's a good look on the Lions. I'll say that as an organization. That was, you waited. They waited. They waited till the last second because they probably thought, like, we don't need to put out any press saying we're cutting him. He's probably not going to pay that $1 million bond. Well, he pays the $1 million bond, and then they're immediately like, "Yeah, you're cut. You're not coming here. You don't work here anymore." Don Burr also says that Booker, all hype, elite tackles will use him as a toy. Elite. Oh, got it. Like, so he's going to get abused by elite tackles. Thank you, Don Burr. Not shocked. Yeah, so what Gav says, sounds like Lions might be trading Laporta. Ben might want him. We don't have any room. Yeah, we don't have any room in the tight end room. Well, can't sit here.
Yeah.
Great tight end, probably would totally love to have him, but just there's no room.
And there's no way that he gets traded within the division. I guess I should say no way, because the Lions and Vikings made the deal for Hawkinson, but
yeah. But Grizz is like, F no. Ben doesn't want or need Laporta on this roster. That's absolute nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Gav says Stumblebump doesn't happen without Laporta. Slimbo, Rome's catch rate not close to Burden's. No, Burden's got and has proved very good hands.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going back watching more condensed games. What the hell did I just watch? The Giants game. There's a couple routes, and this goes back to Mark Slurith. Anyways, Caleb throws this deep in cut over two linebackers, and Burden has to fully extend to catch the ball. All hands. I mean, just snatched it. Boom. And I was like, this kid's hands are elite. And then later in the game, Luther, also nasty route runner, runs like a 10 or 15 yard stop and turnaround. When he dropped his hips and chopped his feet, that cornerback was toast. I mean, he just toasted his ass. Luther Burden, I can't wait to talk about him. Let's see, Slimbo. I believe Ben trusts Burden in Loveland's hands over Rome. When comes up to dialing up plays this season, yeah.
Let's talk about Rome's hands a little bit, right? You look at his production in college, he was outstanding, right? So it's in there. I don't know if it's just an adjustment period to the NFL, but if history has anything to say about anything, Rome should be better than what he is. Can he return to that? Can he find that? I don't know. Did he lose some confidence? I don't know. Right. Maybe he's got to go to the head shrinker, one of the sports psychologists, to kind of like, damn it, Rome, you're good enough, right? And I like you. So I don't know if it's just as simple as that, but who knows? But as history dictates, he should be better. Let's see what he does year 2. If the hands return and he's making contested catches, watch out. I think he could be a force.
Right, absolutely. James says Odunze is like Brandon Marshall, and Burden is Devontae Adams.
I would take that.
I would take that all day long. Toast. Buenos dias, everybody. Well,
Buenos dias, Toast. And Jarritos, in case you were wondering, is the official drink of tacos.
Buenos dias también, usted. Yes, Ezra went formal on that one. Using the formal usted. Okay, let's see.
We're educated.
We are.
Some of us are.
I have the benefit of being half Spanish, so I try to use it whenever I can. Anyway, Slimbo says Rome is a very good option 3. He's the vertical ball wide receiver. Yeah. Caleb can learn to throw a good moonball, and maybe they have a crazy season. But they're just not very good on the deep moonball vertical route just yet. Yeah, they're working on it. Mm-hmm. Caleb threw a hell of a moonball to Burden on that flea flicker against Dallas.
How about that rolling left going deep to DJ Moore for the OT winner against the Packers?
Oh, that one looked pretty good too. Yeah, that was a
20-mile-an-hour win. Yeah.
Let's see. Slimbo says Caleb throws more on a rope. Yeah, the moonball, the Burden was his best deep throw I've seen from Caleb. He needs to put more air under the ball on those deep bombs. Yeah, and he'll work on that stuff. I mean, you see the kid's arm talent. Caleb's arm talent's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he'll work on that. Noah says Rome had 98 catches, 1,300. Is that a number? That's not a number.
Let's say 1,390 for yards.
1,390 and a half yards.
Yeah.
And 7 touchdowns. Chat says buying on Booker. Bush. And, these are multiple buys. Okay. Booker, Bush, and Thieneman breaks out. However, he sells on the Bears defense and will be bottom half for one more year. Chad, do you want to come on the show anymore? Is that what you're saying? You say you don't want to come on the Everything Bears show anymore.
Fuck you guys.
And I believe the takeaways will drop. I don't know, man. I don't. So you would think the way that they had so many damn turnovers that, like, you would think, well, it's got to go down. But I don't know, man. Al Harris staying. Our safety's getting younger and more athletic. I don't know. And our cornerback room kind of staying the same minus Nashawn Wright. But I don't know. I mean, they'll probably drop. Will probably be like 2 less takeaways, interceptions. Barlissimo, but Montez Sweat was really good, apparently. A 91 on the top 100 players. 91. I was like, okay.
You look at his historical numbers, I mean, he's been pretty consistent. But like I said before, man, there was just times last year that he would just vanish. You're like looking and be like, oh, is he even out there?
No. Yeah.
But yeah.
So watching the Giants game, as I said, I'm looking at the defensive line, and who was in there? Dio Adengbo too. They're just getting held. Like, as soon as those left tackles touch them, that's it. They're out of the play. And I'm like seeing it over and over. And I'm like, I remember pulling out my fucking hair. I was reliving it, watching the condensed games going, yep, there it is. There's the no fucking pass rush whatsoever. Jackson Dart looked like a white Michael Vick out there. I digress. Remember when Crosby busted out of nowhere to be a dude? I think that'll be Book. That'll be the Booker, huh? And he was a late rounder too, right? 4th round.
Yeah.
4th round, but he exploded on the scene. He was pretty good, like, right out of the gates. How the hell he slipped to 4, I don't know. Let's see, Slimbo. Booker is the X factor on defense. Yeah, Rome is an X factor on offense. Both need to basically play at a pro level if we're going to go to the Super Bowl. You know, so obviously I 100% agree with Booker being an X factor, but although Rome could help and he has that potential to be, I think if Rome balls out of control, he'll be an X factor. But say he struggles and he's dropping balls, our wide receiver room is a stable full of thoroughbred horses in there. So if his production, he's dropping balls or whatever, they'll just put the next guy in because we got so many wide receivers. I'm not sure Rome will be the factor to ruin our, playoff run.
Yeah, and you look at it, if they're running more 12 and 13 personnel, it's only one wide receiver at that point too. So that will kind of give you the indicator. We've talked about it. We've seen the formations and everything else. If it's Luther who's in on those as a single wide receiver,
right,
that tells you, the ranking type of thing.
Yeah.
But Rome would be a good secondary option there too.
Oh, big time. And Rome needs to perform for Rome. If Rome wants to keep playing in the NFL and get his bag, Rome needs to play for Rome. And again, if he does well, then our offense is it means our offense is just that much better. But Noah says Austin Booker had 4.5 sacks last season because he missed a whole bunch of it.
Yeah.
Don Burr says, with first-round picks, Terrion Arnold is the only first-round pick that hasn't worked out. Oh, well, maybe okay. Then singular. It's not plural. Not first-round picks. It'll just first-round pick. Terrion Arnold didn't work out. I had heard because so I listened again to other, sports coverage content creator guys on YouTube, and they had a guy from Detroit come on their show to talk about Terrion Arnold, and dude said, and he covers the Lions, just like Don Burr does. No, but he said Terrion Arnold really, he wasn't like their whole defense is going to collapse because of him.
Yeah.
I guess they even had a younger kid behind him nipping at his heels for the job. Now that he's off the team, this kind of just shoos this other kid in there. So, and this other kid's supposed to be also pretty good. So it wasn't a huge loss for the Lions, I don't think, other than the draft capital cost to draft him, a first-round pick. But let's see, Toast. Booker staying healthy will be the key. Yes, we still need a good defensive tackle, inside run stuffer. Yeah, hopefully that's where
Vandenberg or Gallimore will step up. Yeah.
Gav says, just another example of why I'm out on Brad Holmes. To not get a 7th-round pick for TA lazy. Across his final 6 total games of the season, which includes his 2 postseason games, he logged a total of 23 pressures.
Yeah. He had 1 sack against the Packers in there, but, I mean, he was flashing against the Rams, even though he didn't get home. Completely 100% agree. And that's it's not sack or bust for Booker. It was the sustained pressure that he was starting to put on, which was making him a bigger factor. Now that he's bulked up, let's see if he's more of an anchor in the run game. If he can round that out, we might be saying he's the best end on the team.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
And that's fair too. I mean, when it comes to defensive ends, I'm never the guy who's like, well, his sack totals. To me, a quarterback pressure is just as good. If you could be in that backfield pressuring a quarterback, I don't care if you have 2 sacks all year. If I see you in the quarterback's face and you're in that pocket all season long, I'm applauding that all day long. Don Burr, Noah says, Don Burr, you can't after letting your best wide receiver come to the Bears. Are you talking about Khalif Raymond, their best wide receiver? Sam Laporta, I hear she's hot. So there you go. How many sacks can Laporta get us? That goes back to my Jonathan Taylor thing. Because Wedge, you missed the rumors. You were out fishing. But I'm sure you saw the rumors, right? Jonathan Taylor, Indy, might be putting him up on the trade block. And what does everybody say?
The Bears.
Perfect fit for the Bears. And I'm in everybody's comments who posted that going, oh, sweet. How many sacks can he get?
Yeah.
Don Burr at the Grizz says, Grizz is still drunk from the 4th of July. You could tell by his post. Don Burr, you can't talk after your best. Oh, again? Is that the same comment? It is. You're giving him the business with the Khalif Raymond after your best wide receiver left to join the Bears. All right, Slim Bo. Booker, 23 pressures across the final 6 games, including the playoffs, is 3.83 per game. Over 17 games, so you're extrapolating numbers, is 65 pressures. If Booker gets 65 pressures in 2026, they are cooking.
Yeah. Yep.
Agreed. Slimbo, Caleb throws a lot of different balls than Penix. Oh, yeah. You can't even compare. You can't compare those two.
Yeah.
Penix and Caleb. It's apples to oranges on that one. Caleb's got a bunch of different clubs in his bag. Although we do see the piss missile mostly. All right, Jay Toffer, let's effing go from Northern California. All right, baby. Welcome. Oh, and of course, you can't have somebody from Northern California without the old wake and bake. Welcome, Dan.
Jay Toffer, welcome.
And the Bears football dreaming. Here's a fun fact. When I was 22 to 24 years old, I lived in Berkeley. I worked at the laboratory that's on campus there. I was security guard for Berkeley Laboratories.
There you go. Fun fact.
Shout out to Northern California. I love it. Was you want to talk about beautiful? It's gorgeous there. I mean, it is gorgeous. And in those years that I went, man, it was hella awesome. It was a great experience. Anyways, I digress. Let's see, James Cristo. I am not so high on Booker as you guys are. I pray that I'm wrong, but I still think we need another pass rusher on this team. See, I feel this too. I mean, although I am high on Booker because what we saw at the end of the last season, and I think that will carry over, it also wouldn't hurt to add some more pass rushers.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no doubt about that.
We've gone over the numbers. Even if Shamar Turner comes back, fairly soon, they're still thin at that position, right? The DN room right now has 4, I think. You got Dio, assuming he's back. You have Sweat, Booker, Hardy,
Shamar Turner, who's like a hybrid inside-outside D lineman.
A dual guy. So, I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. They need at least one more. I don't know if it's going to be a Bosa, a cheaper option that's still out there. As we start getting closer to camp, I don't think we're going to hear or see a move in that position room until week 1 of the preseason.
Yeah.
Maybe. After they're like, oh, yeah, we still need a guy. Those veterans, they're just sitting there. They know that they're going to get signed. They don't need to go through a camp per se. Yeah. They'll ramp up in a couple weeks of the preseason, type of thing, and then go from there. The question is who? Which one? Von Miller.
I only want, out of the list, there's probably only 2 that I'm kind of, Jadeveon Clowney. I've got an antenna going. And Von Miller. I don't know why Von Miller. Because I don't know, because he's been doing it so long. Yeah. I would say Bosa, but he's had so many issues with his health that I can't, Bosa. I'm sorry. I really would want you, but if we sign you and you come here and then right away with the back and then you can't play, I'm like,
whatever.
I can't do it, man.
Does a pitch count help for something with that? I don't know. It can't hurt. But, I mean, he's not going to be asked to play 3 downs. That's for sure.
Right. We would bring in one of those vets for, like, a specialist.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a known passing down. Get your ass in there. Go get the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Toffer says, have Don Burr ignored. So you've ignored him. You've blocked him already and you're like, is that motherfucker here? He is. And he says, LOL, we own you. Like it. Love it. Slimbo, Tremaine. 100 plus tackles every season of his career with multiple INTs. Bush better have a couple INTs and 100 plus tackles like Tremaine did every season. He will. There's again watching the game again. Let me tell you something about Tremaine. Tremaine had size. He had pretty good instinct, but man, would he take terrible angles.
Yeah, he was
terrible angles, and he was not a for sure tackler. Like he would make contact, try to wrap, but slip off all the time.
Being that big, he was, he really had to break down to try to get somebody around the waist. It just wasn't happening. And he became a little bit of a liability in coverage too. Like he started struggling in that field for the last few years. Yeah. Bush, I think, is going to be able to cover like the tight ends a little bit better, the crossers and stuff. So we'll see, man. Somebody's going to have to get the tackles.
Yeah. I mean, he's faster than Tremaine. He has lower pad height, obviously, because his height, he's not as tall. So I'm pretty sure that Bush can get those numbers there. Noah says, Slimbo, stop bashing on Rome. He's our best wide receiver. He's not, unfortunately, Noah. In my opinion, everybody's allowed to have an opinion. I don't think Rome's our best wide receiver. I think he could put his stamp on it this season. He could prove it because I think he has all the ability to be it. But it's hard to say that he's our best wide receiver when you got like Luther Burden.
Colston Loveland. Yeah.
Well, wide receiver.
Okay. So
not pass catcher.
Sorry.
Yeah, because pass catcher, Loveland is for sure our best pass catcher. And then it'd be Luther. And then it might be Cole Kmet.
Mm-hmm.
Learn, are you in the building, Learn?
I love Cole Kmet.
Yeah. Are you happy? I want to have his babies. That was great. Let's see. James says, respectful for Don Burr. Lions are done. They lost their Super Bowl window. From this season on, they will go back on being the old Lions. James, you couldn't have said it better, my friend. You couldn't have said it better. Don Burr, respectfully, STFU. Toe says, our defense will be tired from being on the field more than the offense. You know, that could be a thing.
Sustained drives, baby. Hey, we've seen a couple 12, 13 play drives last year.
We sure did. Mm-hmm. So Ben is able to do that, right? Like, if he wants to score fast, I'm sure we could score fast. Well, we saw it all in the fourth quarter all last season, that we could score fast. But to Wedge's point, we also saw 13 play drives where we're just Bruise Brothers, left, right, left, right. Like, so, and those drives would be forever, where we'd be like, they're still on the field? Like, yes, they're still moving the chains, yes. Let's see, Don Burr says to James, Detroit has the 6th youngest roster in football. We don't use windows, we kick indoors. He is from Detroit, so that there's fact there.
You just might not like who's kicking him in.
Let's see, Slimbo. Lions secondary is the worst in the league. Your DC is all mouth, no coverage. Your OC struggled to score 20 points a game in 25. Your quarterback was sacked a career high in 25. J-Mo is the king of drops in 25. He continues. The Christmas Day Massacre eliminated the Lions from the playoffs in 25. Lions will be eliminated from playoff contention by week 16 again in 26. Slimbo. I think, I mean, honestly, if I had to speak, and no bias here, Don, no, maybe get just a little bit. Like, the Lions' arrow's going down, baby. You just have to admit it. The pendulum is now, it's swinging the other way. You guys had it. You had your shot. Now it's over. And you can try to grasp at air as much as you want, but that's it now. It's our time, baby. It's our time.
The Bears.
James says, to say Booker is the best defensive end on the team, I don't know if that is good news or bad news. It is perplexing.
Yes.
Yes.
Is a conundrum to be. If he is, the Bears are in a good spot. Right? Or hopefully. I don't know.
Big Mike! Morning, boys. Fantastic fourth. Floated in a lake all day, and I still have all my fingers. Yes.
Good.
It's like everybody on 4th of July is like, happy 4th of July. They're missing fingers left and right. Good to see you, Big Mike. Good morning. Let's see, Don Burr. Did this guy actually say get a 7th round pick for Terrion, a player who is fighting court cases? What bozo GM's going to give up draft capital for him? Silly statement. He might have been referring to before the incident that he allegedly or did not do. Is what I'm assuming. I don't think anybody would. He got cut. Nobody's going to be like, oh, you couldn't even get a 7th for him. Like, well, no, he's been fired. Yes. So no, I'm sure the comment he was assuming before, the kidnapping or whatever.
Yeah, extortion or yeah.
Slimbo says Lions having a pajama party in the basement of the NFC North. Kool-Aid expired. Don chugged it all last season just to finish in last place. Only thing Dan is biting now is his tongue. I love it. I love it, right? Because biting kneecaps. Now he's just biting any words that any checks he tried to cash.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Chad, hot take. Oh, you don't want to come back on the show again. Okay, let me read this. All right, so hot take. Sell on Manungai, running back 1 hype. A buying on his running back 2 value. And putting a hold on Swift Breakout. I saw some technique opportunities that, if corrected, could have big rush production. Well, as you know, Chad, we covered this together. Eric Bieniemy is the OC in Kansas City now, and we brought in Eric. Help me out.
Hightower.
No.
Yeah, guy from
Eric Stoodsville.
Yes,
from Miami. Now maybe he's going to change the tracks. I don't know. Maybe they didn't even control who runs the ball. It was Ben. Ben said these are your tracks. So maybe that won't change too much. Who knows? But damn it, Chad, I won't have you coming in here. No, I don't. Saying Monangai isn't running back 1. He could totally be a running back 1. Although I think that running back room's going to stay, I think, the same. Will you see Manungai get a little bit more carries this season, Wedge?
Yeah, I think that production base type of thing, who has the hot hand type of thing, is going to be in full effect this year. I do see Manungai getting an uptick in carries, maybe like a 60-40 split right now between Swift and Manungai, because I still think that Swift is a little bit more of a home run hitter or has that potential to be. Manungai, I think, with the play on the field is going to force them to have to give him the ball a little bit more often. For sure. Do I think that Manungai could be RB1? Possibly. I think he has the durability for it, where if, Swift goes down for a while, they'll be just fine there. Do I think that he would be long-term? I'm not sold on that yet. I think his hands need to get a little bit better before you can really consider him like a true RB1. But it was something that he was working on in the offseason, so let's see what year 2 looks like.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Agree. Don says to Slim, Slim is scared to death of Detroit. He's trying to talk himself into believing the Bears are better. Projection is a thing, Don. Mm-hmm. Projection is a real thing. Caleb is Penix with more. Okay, yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah, am I glad you put that in parentheses? My God. Mm-hmm. Yeah, good Mark Slurith, that whole thing. Which, we'll touch on later. The show's still young. But yeah, Caleb is Kyler Murray with more hype. You motherfucking trying. I got you. Don Burr, respectfully, we own you.
Not yet.
We don't yet. I was going to say we don't. Noah, we don't yet.
Uh-huh.
But I got a sweep in the Lions, Don. Since you're here for that, I don't know if you caught any of our other videos where we did the season prediction. I got a sweep in you boys this year. Because, again, those 2 ass whoopings you put on us last season didn't sit well with Ben.
Yeah.
So he stewed on that shit all off season.
Still got the split. I think Lions are tough at home on turf, so they're a lot faster or look a lot faster than normal. So,
yeah. Toffer says, dude spends all day in Chicago. You too. I know, and I can never get a straight answer out of him because I've asked him. Is it just Bears chats that you go to, or do you do this to the Vikings, the Packers? Are you well renowned in those circles too? Because now I'm really impressed. Because I will say the area that he covers on Bear stuff is it's impressive. I'm not gonna hate. Dude, everybody knows Don Burr in Chicago. So if they're not for anything, he's made a name for himself there. I still prefer Don Burr over Cap or David Kaplan. And of course, Don Burr's like, I love Cap. Big Mike, I hate Cap. And Chia? Who's that?
Yeah.
Nick, is that a pet name for who's Chia? Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know who that is. If Mike
hates him.
Yeah, if Mike don't like him, I'm probably not gonna like him either.
I remember listening to Cap when I was a kid, man, when he was a young sports commentator. Him and Waddle were on 720 all the time together.
Yeah. At Cap, it's I like him, I think, majority, maybe 70% of the time, but then there's 30% of the time I don't care for him. He wears rings on his thumbs, and that bothers me. I don't know why there's something. Don't ever trust a man who wears rings on his thumbs. I don't know. You heard that here from the Book of Ezra first, okay? There's something about it. Don't ever wear rings. What are you wearing rings on your thumbs for? Anyways, Toast. Come on. Bosa will fit in fine with the rest of the defensive players we have signed and sat on the sidelines. It's all about looking good on paper.
Yeah.
We have Joey Bosa. Can he get us 6 sacks? Toast. Max Crosby is a way better fit. It comes at a premium, and I wouldn't say that could be off the table. Don't know. But that's right. First hour, you guys, 30 of you, we love it. Thank you so much for showing up, joining the chat. Keep it going. We're going to try to keeping up with these comments. You boys are rolling. But hit the like, hit the subscribe, do all the good stuff. Down in the descriptions are like the links to all of our socials. The important one being the Discord. You gotta want to join the Discord. Trust me. When week 1 hits, you want to have your butts in there. But if you don't want to miss any of our shows, make sure to hit the subscribe button here. Hit the thumbs up during the stream. That really helps with the algorithm. YouTube pushes us, and we appreciate you guys so much. Wedge, I want to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think there's a place still for this, or is that shit over with?
With Max Crosby?
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of, we need an edge.
Yeah, not for 2 months. I don't see the Bears giving up that type of capital for it. It seems like they want to stay young and build through the draft and, live off of the formula that these other teams do, aka the Chiefs. I think you kind of look at that formula where they try to reload. There might be a few years where a down year for them is 10 wins type of thing. I think that's where they want to get to. A player in a 1, I could see it. I don't know. We don't know if he's going to be available. Do I think that he possibly could be if they threw him up on the trade block once? Why wouldn't they do it again?
Right.
And
it's been a number of months now. He could pass a physical, but where does that price? Has it come down now?
Yeah.
Like you said,
if they found their guy in Mendoza, why would you want to get rid of Max Crosby? You got potentially your starting QB on a rookie deal, year 1. Yeah. And maybe he won't be on the table anymore. I don't know. I
would hope not. That would look really bad.
It would. Yes. Would he be a good fit for the Bears? To answer that question, yes, he would be. Right? Especially if we think we're a D-edge away from making a deep run or a Super Bowl appearance, then, if you're going to do that and you're going to try to absorb losing 2 number 1s, I guess now's the time with the fact that Caleb is going into year 3 and year 4 and 5, he's still relatively cheap that you can supplement, through free agency or whatnot as well. salary cap's going to be going up, so it makes it easier to deal with. I don't know. 2 number ones is still that's a steep price, man, for somebody who's coming off of a surgery.
Yes.
If he comes back looking like the old Max Crosby, hasn't lost a step, maybe. I don't know. They had it there in front of them before. They didn't pull the trigger. So why would I think that they would do that midseason?
Wedge, you want to take some of these?
Yeah.
I'm getting, I need to refresh my palate.
All right. So Edmonds is a great linebacker if he actually has a football character and not a cheerleader's character. Good point there. So Loveland is our best wide receiver, regardless of position. So, of course, Don Burr. Loveland's a wide receiver now. Laugh out loud. Okay. And then Big Mike is, don't sleep on All Day Jade now.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
And Jade, going from undrafted free agent, he's most likely going to be number 4 in the wide receiving room, possibly 3, depending on how you want to rank slots or whatever. Toast is like, they're not going to sign Crosby, Noah. I wish they would. Yeah, not for 2 number ones, kind of what we just talked about. So, Jay Grizz, for someone who watches so much Bears content, Lion fan is not very smart when it comes to our Bears. Talking about one Mr. Don Burr. Damien's checking in. Good morning, Damien. Rome may not be the best wide receiver, but at least he's not a dumbass who got caught gambling on football games.
Ooh.
Toast, we're still in the running for him. It's possible, but I don't know. Don Burr's still saying that Jay Grizz, he's nervous here. So James comes in with breaking news. The Detroit Lions have decided to win a championship. In order to do that, they have to move to the Canadian League. The Lions' era is steady, just like the Bills, Ravens, and any other contender. Bears are a one-hit wonder, 6 wins this year.
Oof. Okay. You're really putting Lions up there with those franchises, those organizations, really
steady perennials. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, maybe like the Bills, where they get close to the Super Bowl but never make it. Like, I could see that comparison. Jake Grizz, Lions fans don't look at football objectively, so he has no credibility whatsoever. Don Burr, listen, hear you coping, dumbass. Your team is declining. At Jake Grizz, he's so scared. Jake Grizz, Lions fans just come in the chat spewing names of Lions players and says every Lions player is a stud and every Bears player is a dud. And she is such a narcissist. Chad's just sitting back enjoying the show. Ben Johnson is a certified run game guru.
Yeah.
We saw it last year, huh? Once everything kind of cemented in and got going here. So, and Don Burr, they're scared. Line coaches and players are quiet and not saying anything, head down and grinding, listening to all the haters for fuel.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Bears are 1-7 versus Detroit in the last 7 years. It's true. I don't see him in the Packers chats, so Noah must be trolling the Packers chats. No Don Burr in Packers chats. What about Vikings chats? Anybody trolling that, or nobody gives a shit about the Vikings? Not even their haters.
We're struggling just to get Vikings fans in our chat.
Yeah, let alone their own, huh?
Oh.
But Lions suck on holidays. Gemini pull up Lions record on Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay. Well, you keep doing the comments. I'll do that.
Okay.
Lions records on Thanksgiving. Got it.
Real Joseph Shea Norling? He's the producer of the Cap Show, Cap and Hoodie. So there's your answer to Shea.
Oh, it's the producer. Okay.
Yeah. Don Burr still beating the last 4-year drum for the Bears. Yeah, we get it. Caps most of the time has a borrowed opinion. That's very true. Very rarely are his thoughts original. And that's probably one of the things that bothers me the most about Mr. Kaplan.
A borrowed opinion?
Yeah. Y'all hate on Shea because he's from Detroit and wears a Tigers hat in the studio. I love it. Maybe. Jay Grizz, I go back to the days of when Cap used to do courtside reporting for the Bulls on Sports Channel. Yes, I was a young lad when Sports Channel was around. Chad saying he's buying on Devin Bush's breakout. Poles got a defensive bargain on a top 10 coverage and run defense linebacker.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
You're back on the show.
Yeah, you're working your way back there, Chad. Boasts of 6 sacks in preseason only. Yeah, Big Mike's just saying the same. Yeah, I meant Shea Norling. Dude's a condescending prick. Well, if he's from Detroit, that just comes natural, I guess. The 49ers and the Eagles are in the running for him as well. I think we're talking about Max Crosby. Jay Grizz, back when Cap had hair. Yeah, I remember his head of lettuce.
I have to Google this because
yeah,
I don't even have any memories of him having hair. Here we go.
He was kind of a scrawnier dude back in the day too. Yeah, Big Ballers is kind of saying the same when we were talking about the trading for Max Crosby. Ben Johnson and Ryan Poles needs their picks. They like their picks, man. Slimbo coming back in. The gold standard for year 3 out of Caleb's 17 games for about 64%, 4,600 passing yards or so, 30 plus touchdowns. I'd like to see those picks stay to 10 or under, me personally, with about 101 rating, per game average of 8.3 per attempt. 21 of 33 for 275 yards per game, 1.88 TD passing TDs per game. That's very specific there. But if you break down those stats, I'm sure those numbers all come down. Slim Boy, man, you must have a calculator by. He's got like one of those calculators with the tape there, right? Click, 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 like the old tax calculator. Busting out these numbers, man. I see it. Slimbo, are you an accountant in your other life?
Oh, probably. He's definitely a numbers guy.
Yeah, number cruncher type of thing. 2025 May average 8.9 per attempt, completed 72% of his passes with a rating of 113.5. I'd love to see what his stats were in that Super Bowl because they definitely were not that good. Big Ballers agreeing with some of the other chat. Loveland's our biggest mismatch for most opposing teams. I think Loveland, the best comp that I could give him right now is kind of that Jimmy Graham comparison to back in the day when he was revolutionizing the hybrid tight end wide receiver. If you remember that whole contract dispute when they were going through and trying to determine how they were going to pay him or franchise tag him. Is he franchised as a wide receiver or as a tight end? And I think it went to arbitration, that whole nine, with all that. So,
wow. I don't think we'll have that same. We probably wouldn't have that same issue because we run so much 13 personnel. He's going to be our Colson Loveland's going to be in line a lot. Just as much as you can move him outside, I bet you he spends more time in line than out there.
Jay's Grizz coming back at Don Burr. If Bear fans are scared, why are you the one in every Bears chat? Pondering upon this. Noah down, Burr. The last time he had a winning season was when Barry Sanders was on the Lions. And then he retired at 28 years old.
Yeah. I did look up the one from 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That's the last 6 Thanksgiving games that the Lions were on. Their record is 1-5.
With their win being last year, wasn't it? Wasn't it the first time they won on Thanksgiving in like forever?
No, and it's according to this, a 2024.
Okay.
So last year they lost to the Packers, but the year prior,
that's right. Yeah.
they beat our beloved. You know, the Eberflus not calling a timeout.
Oh God, yes, I do remember that game.
Swear jar.
Yes, you're putting the 5 spot in there. Throw a fin in there, as my dad would say.
That's a fin.
Yeah,
throw a fin in there.
Yeah. Brr. Throw the sawbuck in there. Go to my wallet and grab a sawbuck. A 20? No, I said a sawbuck. Okay.
Is that not a 20?
I think it's a 10. I don't know. As a kid, I just grabbed the 20 anyway. I figure you cover it all.
Man, oh man. To go to that, because we were just talking about it. Let me go here. Ball out. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you so much. It says that game gave us Ben Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
The one where Eberflus took the timeouts home with him? That one?
Yeah. Took it home, all the way home, out of the building with him at that point. Yeah.
You can go back. Let's see. Here we go.
I tried to go on Vikings chat, but it kept redirecting me to some learning center.
Was it a daycare, maybe?
Don Burr, Stafford might win you another Super Bowl this coming season again.
Ooh.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Isn't Stafford on the Rams? What?
Yeah, you're gonna hit him right in the feels with that one toast.
Lovely reminds me of Kellen Winslow Sr. Wow, okay.
Ooh, okay.
That's kind of dating you there. So
you beat me too. I was gonna say, Slimpo, are you our age?
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah. That's good. It's good. You know football history.
Big Mike 20 days away from training camp.
Oh
man.
My God.
I ran the things last night. What did I say? 47 days away from preseason football. And I'm like, yeah, bring it on, man. Bring it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay Grizz. See? Yeah, Sawbucks is a 10.
Okay.
A dub is a 20. And a fin is a 5, man. See?
Thanks. Yeah. Thank you, Grizz. Thank you.
And 100 is a C note. Yeah. So. Yep. God, yeah. My dad all the time would refer to it as that, but he doesn't do that anymore. I don't know. Maybe the credit card, got rid of all that lingo.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Not so much. Not too much cash in circulation these days.
Hey, what can I say? Cash is still king, in my opinion, man. And then Noah Matthew Stafford is on his way to the retirement home.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Got caught up with the chat. So we were talking about breakout players, and we talked about a lot of these young guys, right? Manungai, Booker, Rome. We haven't even touched on Burton, but I think we can all put him in there. Who are some of these veteran guys? Like, let me just throw out a couple names. Braxton Jones, which was brought up before.
Yeah.
Jaylon Johnson, Kyler Gordon,
Tyrique,
yeah, good one. Though he's still on a rookie deal, so he's kind of in that middle there. But who are some of these veteran guys, either offense or defensively? Do you want to see a breakout from those guys, man? like somebody who might be fighting for a third contract or a late second. You know, who are some of these guys that you think could be ready to show up and show out, that they deserve to be restructured or, you know, extended for a third contract? So it's a little bit tougher. The pool's that pool's starting to narrow a little bit because this team is getting younger and younger.
Yeah. You know, you have to wonder about, I'd say one of the big ones there is Jaylon Johnson, right? Because look, if he doesn't have himself a very solid year, he doesn't have to be like first team all pro, but he needs to show us better than what he has, where what he did last season. Granted, I know he had a pretty rough injury, but I think it's more important for him because we're young at corner, right? We just drafted Malik Muhammad.
Yeah.
You know, Kyler Gordon's still kind of under contract, so that one would be tougher to get rid of him. But if Tyrique balls out, then Jaylen could maybe be on a Greyhound out of town. So I think I think his season's going to be really
a make or break for him, huh? If he wants to be a future Bear. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he came back, obviously not 100% last year. He immediately after he signed his last deal, he was talking about how he's probably going to have to be restructured again, right?
I don't know why. Yeah.
Does he fit the character mold that the Bears are trying to create in the locker room? Is he one of those guys that eats and lives football 24/7? I don't know.
You know, so I don't know the answer to that, but I will, in his defense, this is like the first time I think that we've ever seen him at involuntary, where it wasn't mandatory. It's the first time now he's showing up. Now he's taking the steps of like, okay, maybe I need to center myself here as like a pillar or a veteran presence that can't be afforded to be let go. So let me come in, do what veterans do, show up, help the young cats out. But him showing up, I think, is a step in the right direction for him if he wants to stick around. I think that was a good move by him. I'm happy to see it. But his play on the field is going to be the tell-all, be-all.
The Bears have an out. If he's not what they want, the Bears have an out. He is due zero guaranteed money with minimal dead cap hit after this year. To me, one of the telling tales was the year before with Eberflus, he wore the C on his chest. Was he a captain last year?
No.
He wasn't.
There wasn't.
Right? New regime. You missed most of the year. Now, I'm not saying you should get the C stripped from you because you were hurt, but at the same point in time, those captains are usually voted on by the players.
Yeah.
Right? It's not handed out. So what does that tell you? You know, reading between the lines here, either A, he didn't take it seriously, B, didn't represent the team, or C, the players saw what he did in that leadership type of role and he did nothing. So they're like, no, you know.
So or right, a lot of those players were with him, right?
Yeah.
Now we don't know exactly the ins and outs of what happened with the Flus, but the stories were, even though yes, he was wearing a captain's patch on his jersey, he flipped out.
Yeah.
He flipped out on, and rightfully so, I suppose, right? Rightfully so. He flipped out on the Flus over his bad time management and not knowing situational football. And like, you know, and he snapped. Okay. He had seen enough. He had enough. That was it. But what does that do to players in the locker room? Right? What is that?
Yeah.
Did that affect at all. Like you said, the players are the ones who vote for the team captains, and he didn't get a patch. So maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
But
if Jaylon Johnson can return to the JJ of years past before last year, the dude was immensely talented, probably considered top 3 corner in the league.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting paid like it. That contract aged fairly quickly, which most of these do nowadays. But yeah, I don't see them going out and signing them for, $25 million a year type of thing. I don't see that happening, or whatever the going rate for cornerbacks is right now. I don't know, man. I hope you're right in terms of Jaylon Johnson, because that would be another huge piece to this defense. Just having a lockdown guy on that. Yes, they had a lot of turnovers and all that, but if you could cut the field in half to where you take away the other team's best receiver, that helps the defense out as well.
Yeah, big time. Big time.
Kind of tying into that here, yeah.
Chad's got a good question. Chad, I'm going to put a star on that because it's a very good question, but just not in sync with what we're covering right now. But I did star it, so we will come back to it because I have another starred one too from Grizz. That's a good one too. But you guys, we're gonna do a quick burn here. Let's see. Winslow Senior highlights are a good watch. Tight end, but weaponized like a wideout down the seam. Loveland flashes the same game, changing vertical versatility and punishing after the catch. Amen. And the kid's a stud. Big Mike holding on. Oh, okay, you're answering Chad's question. Yeah, holding on to DA until after next season. We're going to have a ton of cap room. So Gris says, I feel it's an absolute must for Kyler to have a breakout season. He is so vital to our nickel position. Yeah. So, yeah, Wedge, talk about Kyler Murray a little bit there, because there's no doubt.
Yeah, it's getting back to the best ability is availability. He's got to be there, man, because when he's on there, he's a difference maker.
Yeah.
Blitzing. Yeah. He is the ultimate chess piece that DA loves to have in this defense. Yeah. And there's nobody that can do it quite like Kyler. CJ Gardner-Johnson did it to a certain degree. Would he come in covering that slot nickel for Kyler, had 3 sacks right away after they signed him type of thing. So they love to blitz out of that position. He has the athleticism. The dude was just a straight up playmaker. He always made plays.
Yeah.
But he's just got to be there, man. That's the short with him on the milk carton explains it the best. Have you seen Kyler Gordon?
Yeah.
And when we did see him, he was amazing. That's why the Bears threw a bag at him. Yeah. And at that point, he deserved it. Unfortunately, the soft tissue injuries are getting to the point where it's going to derail his career.
Yeah.
And that's the frustrating part, man. Like,
And I think we saw that and called that out even during the season, last season. That's why we made a short about it, because when Ben was asked about Kyler, you could see it on his face. He was like, yeah, at Kyler who? I don't even know who you're Kyler Gordon?
I didn't really get to know the guy because, he wasn't out there. Yeah, him and Jaylon Johnson were in the same.
So he says that during this offseason, but even during the season last year when they're asking him, is Kyler coming back this week? Is Kyler coming back this week? Like, you could see it on his face, resting Ben face, where he's like, you could tell he's aggravated. Like, I don't know if the guy's coming back. You know what? I have too much going on my fucking plate right now to be worried if he's going to make it or not. I don't know what to tell you. And so, this is going to be a huge year for Kyler, because if he can't stay on the field, man, I don't know what you do with him. You just signed him last year. You broke him off.
Yeah.
What do? You eat it?
You do. You gotta. I mean, based off of what the dead cap hit is, you might as well keep him and, get the 3 or 4 games out of him a year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
If Kyler doesn't make the team it doesn't make the team and makes the all injury 10 team, then that's a big loss to our D, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially with Wright. No Gardner Johnson. Yeah. Yeah. And who says it here? Boom, Grizz again. And no experience behind him either. That's the other thing. Kyler can't stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
CJ is gone. Who do you give them? Malik Muhammad?
Malik Muhammad's getting reps. You hope that Cam Lewis,
right.
he could step in and fill in, but he's been nicked up. Your next option after that, you might be looking at dropping Thieneman in there. Who knows?
Sure, right.
But who do you replace Thieneman with? It's Cam Lewis or Elijah Hicks?
Elijah Hicks, baby.
Yeah, I mean,
look at my face as I had to say.
Yeah,
Elijah Hicks.
Tyrique Stevenson. And then Smith comes up and plays the second corner, or Muhammad fills in there. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Slimbo says Swift could have his best season of his career. A reliable veteran trying to get another contract. Could be used more in the pass game also. Over 1,500 total yards and 12 tutties. I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that easily, actually.
The question is, if he say he breaks off a season like that for the Bears, are you still re-signing him?
Gonna have to be team friendly.
Yeah.
Because then, I suppose.
But if he just went for 15 plus 12 touchdowns,
he's gonna want more.
Do you want to try going younger in the draft?
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. If he has a season like that and he wants big money, I'm sorry. We can't. We can't. We will just look in the draft.
Yeah. It's that's going to be one of the key things next offseason that I'm really going to look at. There's going to be a few things that are going to be very interesting to me. How bad is the cut, the scythe going to rip through that defense where it's just, the Grim Reaper's coming and, a Dangbo's gone, Grady Jarrett's gone, and Jaylon Johnson's gone, and do they re-sign Swift? So this team after this upcoming year is going to look completely different. Yes. Like there's a possibility that some of these names that we got used to saying over the last 2 to 3 years, it's just going to be a turnover at that point. Right? You're getting younger. You got to get cheaper. Caleb's going to be up for the big extension. That's next offseason, man. It's going to be crazy. And I can't wait to see it. Bring on the chaos. We love chaos.
Woo. Big Mike says, reading the room, I don't think Ben gives 2 shits about Kyler Gordon. I kind of agree with that, Big Mike, because he really doesn't. He just he doesn't, like, if you think about it, right? How does this player help my football team? Oh, he doesn't? Yeah. I don't give a shit. That's just it. And Ben seems to be like a no-nonsense dude like that. And rightfully so. If you're trying to run a championship team and somebody especially who's supposed to be a marquee player on your defense can't stay on the field, I have very little investment in this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks because he's a good player when he's on the field. He's a good kid. All these right things to say about the kid. But if he can't be on the field, then he doesn't help our football team.
Right.
He's actually taken up a slot that, somebody else could be getting in there. I'm getting all fucking pissed off talking about Kyler Gordon's availability. It's a problem. Toast, will our special teams be better than last year? They can help out our defense. Yeah. Our specials should be all right.
Yeah.
As long as Santos could
Well, Big Mike's, the biggest Santos supporter from the comments that I've seen in the last couple shows.
Oh, that's right.
Big Mike, that Santos jersey come in yet? So I'm sure there will be a game or two that I will demand that you will rip that fucker off and shred it or burn it. I guarantee it.
Wedge sees everything.
That's right. You can't hide anything from me.
Slimbo says Jaylen and Muhammad locked down this season. Malik Muhammad should have been a second-round draft pick, an absolute gem.
Mm-hmm.
Al Harris is going to put on a masterclass with Malik. He reminds me of Richard Sherman.
Yeah, you made that comp before, man.
Yeah, definitely love that comp. If Al Harris can get the most out of that kid, and that's what that turns out to be, well, see you, Tyrique.
Yeah.
Number one, unless you want to stay on the low and be our third. He could be a swing corner.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a very solid swing corner.
Yeah.
But if you want to go out and try to make your money, it was nice seeing you, Tyrique. I really liked you a lot.
Yeah, if this comes to fruition, Tyrique Stevenson as a Bear, those days are over. I do think Tyrique has played good enough that any other team would snatch him up, and he could probably start for at least half of the teams in the league, most likely.
Sure.
As their number 2 corner. I just that might be his upside at that point. I don't know if I ever see him getting to any other point. It maybe becomes a safety as he gets older in his career. He's got the body type for a safety, like a big safety, and he's a willing tackler. I don't know, man. I hope Muhammad lives up to the billing and the hype. I agree with Slimbo. I was shocked that the Bears got him in the 4th round, but this draft was full of stuff like that. I was shocked that the Bears took Xavier Thomas in the 3rd and Roush, but hey, that's just how it went.
It was a kooky draft, that's for sure. Big Baller says Xavier making plays every day in camp. Probably be making plays on special teams too. Now, this is huge, right? Because going back to the question a second ago from Toast, asking about specials, this is it. This could be it right here in terms of the return game, kickoff and punt. Yeah, Xavier could be explosive there.
Yeah.
And that actually will help our offense.
This is kind of how I see this playing out this next season. In the beginning, Xavier's contributions, I think, are going to be through special teams, right? You'll see Xavier as more of the return guy, Khalif Raymond more as that slot. And as the season progresses and as Xavier learns more and more of the offense and the crossers and everything else, then I start to see that flip where Khalif is going to start doing more of the return duties as Xavier works into the slot. And I think that's how this is going to balance out. Once Xavier rises up in the receiver ranks, Khalif goes to return. And I still think you're going to be very viable at both of those spots. Khalif, I think, is going to be very good, who would be able to spell at Xavier at the slot. And let's hope that he's running million-hour crossers, burning linebackers and bigger safeties across the middle and in the whole 9, man. But that's how I see this playing out this next season.
We'll take the next ones.
Yeah. So Xavier burned Stevenson multiple times in camp. We saw it. Every day you look at the comments that Ben Johnson was saying. Every day it seemed like Xavier Thomas made a play somewhere, sometimes. So, and then with that 4.2 speed, like Slimbo saying, meet, right? Chad coming in here. I could see Komet giving a maximum effort, not saying he doesn't, for the next contract, either to remain a Bear or being wanted by another team. Well, they re-signed him. They restructured to make him a little bit more team-friendly. So, and Noah saying, Cole Komet's not going anywhere. We'll see, man. I mean, we'll see the development of Roush. I think it's going to be it. But while they have Komet where he's at, he's going to be he's going to be that veteran presence in that room. I do think it was a little weird that he didn't attend tight end U, though he had for the last couple years. And if you look at the attendees, Roush and Loveland were the only two Bears tight ends that could go. And maybe it's Cap there, and Komet said, hey, you two guys go. I don't know. But, yeah. Big Baller checking in. Ben Johnson called Hayden Large during the draft, said he had a vision for him. Large is Cole's replacement, the tight end out of Iowa.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Possibly. I know with running so much 13 personnel, I think Hayden Large has a very good possibility in making the 53, if not the practice squad for sure.
Oh, yeah. Minimum, he's making the practice squad.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be shocked if we're carrying 4 tight ends going into this season.
Yeah. Restructure Kyler Gordon's contract to include soft tissue injuries. I wish that they would sign that. Maybe on the next one, right? Some type of bonus tied to how many games played type of thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know saying CJ Gardner-Johnson only signed a 1-year deal with the Bills, and that we should trade for the Seattle's other free safety. Hey. CJ Gardner-Johnson messed up all those live streams, man. The Bears don't like that shit.
Oh.
Ooh, balling out's already taking a look at next year's draft. Next year's draft is deep at running back.
And that right there, man, that's what we're talking about. So if Swift won't stay with us for a hometown little deal, we love you. We'll support you wherever you go, but we'll just draft. We'll just draft the running back.
Mm-hmm. So ball out, man. While we have you here, who are your top 2 guys coming out of the draft next year? Who should we be looking at in the college ranks while they're playing? Who do you like coming out that you'd love to see on the Bears? Bears needed speed on defense. CJ was too slow. Yeah. That was the definite theme of this offseason. Thieneman, Bush, Colby. You know, I think he was faster than Kevin Byard. So, yeah.
Speed.
Yes. Big Mike. Damn it, Wedge. Don't you question my Santos loyalty. I'm mini Chad now. Listen, Big Mike. You know how I feel about kickers, man. I don't hide it. I'm not a fan, right? Go be goofy in some other corner, and I'll like you when you start hitting 60-yarders. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
That's too much to ask. 60-yarder every once in a while, man.
For Santos, yes.
Yes.
It's too much.
It is. You're right. 50 and in. I get it. But
yeah. Automatic. 50 and in.
Why can't we have nice things too? Yeah.
I don't know. Well, this means we're just going to have to score more touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to boil down to. Don't leave the game in the hands of your kicker. Or having to put him in a position where he's to get 3 points, he's got to kick a 55-plus field goal. Just get the touchdowns. Call it a game.
Mm-hmm. No, some streamers were talking shit about us in Luther, and CJ jumped in their streams and said, "What'd you say about our team?" Yeah. Okay. I don't mind that.
Yeah, that's good to me.
Mm-hmm. Jay Grizz, call me crazy, but I think it'd be great if Torrey Taylor ends up becoming a surprise, seeing as he was bottom tier in NFL punting average. I think he was ranked like 26 last season.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
I did not know that. I thought he just had, a mid-season, but he ranked at 26th. That's not good.
I'm going to have to take your word on this, Jay Grizz. I have not done my due diligence on our kickers/punters this past year. So that's It's not something that I put on my plate. So thank you, Jay Grizz, for enlightening us. And again, it's a kicker. And to his point. Because if Torrey Taylor can become a top 10 in the NFL punting average, that will help out this defense immensely. Also, not to mention, he was a 4th-round pick.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Yes.
That happened.
Yes. Taylor had a putrid 40.4 average, while Todd Sauerbrunn averaged 44.1 for his career.
I wondered all the ins and outs of how they come up with those net punting, because that relies on coverage, right? So maybe our gunners didn't get to the guy catching the punt, didn't make the tackle. So our punt coverage sucks. Mm-hmm. That also is goes into that stat metric, right? Or am I wrong? I think I'm right.
Yeah, for the net, for sure.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It can't all be on g'day, mate.
Maybe. I don't know. I'd like to see the Bears shoot for left tackle Francis Manungai. I doubt I said that right. From Miami, by the way. For next year's draft. Have you started looking at next year's draft at all, Ez?
No, not at all. I'm laser focused on this season right now.
I have not either. That's why I got to rely on some of the expertise for some of these other people, man.
Yeah. This so this right here, this comment rolls into our start comment from Grizz earlier. If I bring this up right here, speaking of left tackles. Mm-hmm. Okay, Grizz says that he feels like Braxton or one of the other backup left tackles might break out. Hearing good things about the 3-0 linemen, have worked out with Armstead and Braxton being one of them. So that will bring up, what do you think here? Are we going to have Braxton making a breakout? Is he going to make a big splash this season? Old Braxton Jones?
I brought up history with Rome, right? History shows that he is a good catcher of the football. So we got to rely on history. So if I say that I'm going to do that with Rome, I have to do that with Braxton as well.
Correct.
What does history show us?
That he can't stop a bull rush.
Yeah. So I hope, for the Bears' sake, that he has figured out how to improve that. I do. Right? Because if he can anchor, the rest of his pass sets and stuff, he was doing okay. Yeah. He handles the speed rush, which, in my opinion, handling those guys is a lot tougher than the bull rush. Strength is easier to increase compared to agility and speed, in my opinion. Right? I could be wrong. I don't know. I've never trained for speed. Don't know if I ever really trained for strength either. But to me, that makes sense, especially if you're a big framed guy, right? Like an offensive lineman type. So I have to go with history. I'm really upset that Jedrick Wills wasn't even in the competition. Like, I thought he was healthy and good to go, and I really wanted to see what he could possibly bring. And it seems like he's bringing nothing, which is really disappointing to me because I had high hopes for him, and it looks like that's going to be a thing for that you might have just wasted $1 million on. Granted, it was only $1 million. So, yeah, practice squad guys making more than that.
Yeah. It was not a huge investment there. Big baller. Would like the Bears to run more diamond nickel. Nick Emenwari type player for defensive end to replace Gordon in draft. Oh, I see what you mean. So
Yeah.
that a defensive end of like Nick and Worry, but then in the draft to replace Kyler Gordon.
Yeah.
Got you. You got it. Yeah, that's not a bad play. That's not a bad play.
Yeah, it's in terms of running more diamond nickel. Nickel right now is basically the new base defense, right?
Yeah.
Your standard 4-3 package is now considered almost like a jumbo package. With the 12 and 13 personnels, those defenses are becoming a thing of the past. That's why people want bigger nickels, like those hybrid nickels, so that they can match up, they can cover, they can, run fit, so on and so forth.
Chris, just thinking outside the box, especially when it comes to
Field position.
Absolutely.
In terms of the kickers, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Big mind.
Santos is the most accurate field goal kicker in Bears history, posting an 88%. Yeah, okay. You can't argue with the look at the facts are the facts, Wedge. You're just gonna have to grit and bear it.
I love kickers.
Let's see. Chad says that the Bears' future running back, Kevin Lacey from Ole Miss. This will be Ben's Jahmyr Gibbs guy, huh?
Okay. Keywan Lacey.
Keywan Lacey. Let's see. Grizz says, or Colin Simmons. Boy, you guys are already scouting next year's draft already. Okay.
All right, guys.
All right. Grizz put, you know what? We're going to pencil Grizz in for a show. Got you. Chad, pencil you in. Little draft coverage, guys. You guys are already digging in. I love it. I love it. Let's see. But he says Colin Simmons, DN from Texas, or South Carolina's Dylan Stewart. Okay. So these are names to be keeping an eye on. But you know what? We're not drafting DNs. So get that out of your brain right now.
That's right.
Don't even think about that. We're not drafting DN at all. Okay. Actually, first round next year, running back. Yeah. And then you know what we're doing in the second round? Another tight end.
Wide receiver, yes.
Yeah, or a wide receiver. Slimbo says my 2026 predictions, Rome. 64 catches, 915 yards, 6 tutties. I'll take it. Burden, 95 catches, 1185 yards, and 7 tutties. I'll take that. Loveland, 78 catches, 933, 9 touchdowns. Come on, give him 80 catches for 1,002.
Yeah.
Come on.
1,000 even. Come on. Yeah.
Just give 1,000 even. Komet, Xavion, and Roush all combined for 75 catches, 890 yards, 7 tutties. While we have Don Burr saying that Grizz and Slim are delusional. My goodness.
Doing the quick math, that means that Slimbo's got Caleb thrown for 4,700 yards plus.
I like it. See, that's
about that too.
That's the roundabouts where I got him going. I like it. Jay Grizz, just a few names for Wedge and Ez to watch tape on in case you guys are bored during these dog days of summer. Thank me later.
Okay.
Well, I'll thank you in advance. Thank you. Grizz says, shut up and go hit the like button, Don Burr. Everybody just take a second to hit the thumbs up. It takes you 2 seconds, doesn't cost you nothing.
We'll wait.
We'll wait.
Just kidding. We got more comments to get to.
Absolutely. But we do appreciate it. Again, this kind of stuff, the algorithm pays attention to all these comments in the chats. It pays attention to the thumbs up during the live stream. And then what it does is it forces the show into other Bears fans' eyes. Or even just NFL fans, because, Don Burr tripped and stumbled over the show one day many months back. And he subscribed because now he gets notifications every time we go live, and he comes and trolls our chat. Slimbo, Austin Booker, last 6 games, 26 tackles, 4.5 sacks, 8 QB hits, 23 pressures. So you take those numbers, extrapolate. I love mathematizing on the show.
Yes.
2026 now, 17 game projection. has him at 73 tackles, 12.5 sacks, 22 QB hits, and 65 pressures. Dude,
sign me up.
He is going to get a bag if he does this.
Yes.
And nobody wants him to do this more than us.
Mm-hmm.
Except for this guy.
Yes.
Don Burr. He doesn't want that to happen. But he says to Grizz for one of his past comments saying it doesn't work. Wedge is thinking I was just fishing and now I got to hear about fucking kickers. Yeah.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Like after a nice, long, relaxing vacation, it's like, welcome back to work. Huh?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the salt
in the
mines.
face, day one. Kickers. Fuck.
Noah said, I scouted the wide receiver out of Alabama. If we draft another wide receiver, I swear to God.
I'm all for it. Bring it on.
Jay Chris says, I love college ball. That's my first love. Go Irish. Okay, Notre Dame fan. All right.
Okay.
And Leonard Moore will be a top DB in next year's draft, and you heard it here first. Leonard Moore. Okay, so this is another name to remember. And then here we go.
I agree with Don Burr on something.
Go, you guys are both.
My other canned koozie is my Michigan koozie, but this one is not that I have up here. But I, too, am also a huge Michigan fan. That is my go-to college team.
See, everybody gets a little something. Don Burr comes to the show. He's got Go Blue with Wedge over here.
I almost feel dirty for agreeing with them on something.
Noah says, Don Burr, while you hound dogging us, go suck an egg. Let's see. Oh, here we go. So Chad made this bold prediction on our last show, which let's reiterate this here. So Arch, Moore, Sellers, and
Mavia.
4 future Hall of Fame quarterbacks in next year's class. Dude.
Arch Manning as a Hall of Famer. There's 2 Mannings in the Hall of Fame so far, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, Jay Chris. Our loyalties. As a Notre Dame guy, I don't expect you to agree with me. I am a little sad that they called off that series between Michigan and Notre Dame. That was a great rivalry that should have continued. Jay Chris, tell your Golden Domers to join a freaking conference already, will you? Just tell them, get in the Big Ten, take their lumps, and call it a day.
Take your lumps. Yeah. Take your lumps. Yeah. Your home is in the Big Ten.
Here it comes. Put a star next to that UM title flag. Okay. You can asterisk all you want. The title is still there. Arch Manning kind of looks like ass. Maybe he's just built for the pro game. And I don't know. We'll see.
He's ahead of the game so much that he looks like ass. But it's with that. It's with that lineage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even though I saw the first couple years he didn't look too great, I'm like, I'm not worried about it. He's a Manning. Okay? Yeah. He's a Manning.
If Eli came out and did what he did in the NFL, then Arch has a good shot too. I'm just throwing that out there.
Facts. 1,000% facts.
Funny if like Arch ended up with like the Chargers or something. Because, I don't know.
Because what Eli did, the old I don't want to play for them. So then, the old switcheroo. There you go.
But Herbert's pretty cemented in there, so I don't see that happening. But poetic justice, right?
Chad, sorry for your loss. That's not going to happen. We need that rivalry game back.
Yeah. I'd love to see Notre Dame in the Big Ten. It's where they should be. It's where they're located.
Yeah.
Play the likes of Michigan and Ohio State every year. It really, I mean, without getting too far off platform, if you want to stay relevant in the national story, you got to play those big games, man. So,
we got another Go Blue in the house.
There you go. Since Chuck Wood, huh? I date back as far as some of the earliest Michigan games I remember watching is John Harbaugh playing against Notre Dame when I was a kid. That's how far back I remember being a Michigan fan. My side of the family's from Michigan, so naturally I had cousins. I have cousins who are split. Some are state fans and have attended Michigan State. Other ones Michigan and have attended Michigan. So, but my loyalties landed with the winged helmet in Michigan, man. So,
all right, Wedge, take it away.
Buy, hold, or sell DA being the defensive coordinator next year if Bears defense is bottom half and lower. Takeaways. I'm buying, man. I think DA coming in on this staff was really helpful for Ben Johnson because he had somebody to rely on who was previously a head coach. You kind of draw from that experience while you're cutting your teeth. I think it's very evident right now that Ben Johnson has a firm grasp on what it takes to be a head coach. So I would buy on this. If they're bottom half of the league, you might still get one more year, but that seat's going to be awful freaking hot. Like, he has to have that turnaround in year 3, or else he might not make it through the season.
Ooh. I think I give him a little bit of a longer leash, me personally. Like, so if we go this whole season and we are in the bottom half, ranked defense, and takeaways aren't there either, I think he'll get one more season, and then that's when we'll pull the plug. If it's the same kind of end result, then that's when they'll do it.
You look at it, man.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say the first big moves in free agency were for the defense. They revamped the offensive defensive line at the same time. The offensive line worked out, the defensive line didn't. So now you're looking to do the same thing after this year. Dio's going to be gone. Grady Jarrett's going to be gone. You're going to bring in another set of higher-end free agencies. And if you can't make it work with round 2 of quote-unquote your guys, then it's not the guys. My opinion.
Ooh. See, I'm thinking it's the Joes. Like, well, and who's were these guys that DA were like, I need these guys? Because then that would play a factor into that too. Like, we brought in these guys. You said you wanted them. We brought them in. They were hot, wet garbage.
Yeah.
You got to go.
You sold us on Dio before he was motivated Dio.
Yeah.
So,
or was it Poles going like, look, I know you want a Max Crosby. I know. Best I could do is a Dio.
Yeah. I know you asked for prime rib, but here's a piece of beef jerky instead. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if it was like that, then, right, can you give DA a little bit more of a leash?
I'll give him the leash on Grady Jarrett, right? We talked about this to the umpteenth degree. If Grady Jarrett wasn't brought in for necessarily what he still delivers on the field, at nothing else, he helped reshape that locker room and the culture of this team. He is one of those quote-unquote locker room guys. Grady Jarrett even came straight out and said it himself. He's like, I owe Chicago a better season than what I gave them last year. The question is, does he have it in him to give a better season? I don't think he does.
Yeah, I don't think he
Prove
does.
me wrong. Prove the Wedge wrong. And I'll come on here, just like I did with Darnell Wright last year, and look at the camera and say, Darnell Wright, I am sorry. Grady Jarrett, I want to be sorry, but I don't think I'm wrong. Just saying.
But prove Wedge wrong.
Yes, please.
Do your damnedest.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Noah says Chad, where's your Bears loyalty? He's a Cowboys fan, Noah.
Yes, zero loyalty.
Yeah, so he doesn't. His dog isn't in this fight. Big Mike says that's what I'm saying. Next year's D is going to look completely different. Then again, Ben's drafting, so what the hell do I know?
True.
Well, and that's why I think after this season, if we're poorly ranked and the defense doesn't look up to snuff, that's why I think they'll give them the one more. Because we're going to free up a ton of money because, as Wedge stated earlier, the turnover on defense is going to be a drastic one. Like you said, the names that we've been saying the last 2 or 3 years are gone. They're going to be gone. And a whole new names come in. If he can't get the shit together after that, he's as good as gone. Yeah. I could almost bank it. But, like, being let go after this season of being a low-ranked defense, I don't know. But crazier things have happened, especially when you got somebody in the wings. Al Harris.
Yeah.
He's in the batting circle, right? He's on deck right now. And if you are maybe looking down the barrel of him leaving to go be DC somewhere else, then maybe, you let go of DA and give him the DC job here. It could go either way.
I could see that too, man. Who would you rather let walk out of the building, DA or L Harris at that point?
DA all day.
If it comes down to that question, love you, bro, but see ya.
See ya. Gotta go.
Yeah.
Noah. They're gonna trade Dio. Dude, they couldn't get a bag of chips for Dio.
Maybe if he comes back motivated enough, they'll be able to get like a 6th or 7th for him.
Okay, so let's say before the trade deadline, come week 8, and Dio's just balling out of control. That's probably they can get some for him. But right now, and until we see him play out of his mind, the Bears again couldn't get a bag of chips for the guy.
And we're
stuck with him.
Too, we talked about the numbers game. You can't trade away at the end. You already don't have any.
Yeah, we'd have to be a D end for another D end. Hey, we'll trade you our shitty D end for your shitty D end. Well, just maybe they both need a change of scenery. I don't know.
Yeah, with the fact that he's owed 0 guaranteed money after this year, Dio, get used to saying Dio because he's going to be here all year. And then after this, they'll break him off. See ya.
That's it. Chad says, if the Bears are in their Super Bowl window, do you want to give DA one more year with the new pieces? I'll answer it. I'll partially answer you by saying this. As long as Ben Johnson's calling the plays and Caleb is our quarterback, that Super Bowl window's open. So for the next 10, 15 years, it's going to be a big window, Chad. The biggest window you ever seen. It's going to be huge. A big-ass Super Bowl window. It's going to be huge.
Yeah, you want to get that first one out of the way before Caleb comes off of his rookie deal. But I agree. Like, with the way that salary caps are going up and stuff like that, that's why I get this Caleb deal done as soon as possible. Spread that money out and let's go. Was that the official drink of tacos I just seen?
It is. One of the most refreshing drinks I've ever had. They're fruit punch flavor. I know I said lime is my absolute favorite, and it is, but fruit punch is really working its way up the list, I have to tell you.
One of my faves as well. Fruit punch and mandarin, my two. But I do enjoy the occasional pineapple.
So, pineapple's good too, huh?
Which I'm enjoying today, yes. And Chad, just so you know, they do offer Jarritos with a 0 sugar option. So check that out.
That's right. Wedge did his research this morning. Mm-hmm. They do have a 0 sugar.
Yeah.
Jarritos, everything bears at gmail.com.
Yes.
Chad says, I'm thinking the same about Al Harris over DA. Why not give Al Harris the new pieces since he will know the roster? Yeah. I mean, it's I think that's the chess move there. That's where I could see that totally playing out.
Yeah.
If Al Harris says, look, boys, I'm not leaving. Like, if he says that, I'm not going nowhere. Don't worry about it. Then maybe keep DA that extra year that I'm talking about. But if he's getting his door knocked down by all these teams who want him as a DC, and he is thinking about taking those jobs, you might want to go ahead and say, hey, look, DA, we ran out of runway.
Yeah.
We gotta cut you loose, and then just give the job to Al Harris. I could see that playing out, and I'd be great. I'd be okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
How will Al Harris be a DC? I don't know. He could suck. I don't know, but the production he gets out of his DB room, and that's who he coaches. I'm expecting big things out of his entire defense, because you have to think, right? If he's a defensive coordinator, he can't be spending every waking moment at work with the DBs. He's running a defense now. He's going to have to put in a coach to do that. Now, will that mean you're taking away from our DB room now? Because Al Harris is... I don't know. I don't know how that all works. Chad can tell me how that works. You're a coach. You know how coaching works. Will that affect then our defensive backer room? Because DA ain't there no more. He ain't in the room.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that would be a move I would be 100%. I would be behind. I'm all for it. If that's how that plays out, I'm all for it.
Would Jim Schwartz be a name to consider? No. I can't see it. I think of course, maybe, right? Head coaching experience as well. I think the way that they like to build the staff, and it kind of look at Detroit as the model, because it's very obvious that Ben took a lot of those principles to Chicago with them as well. They have a linebacker, former linebacker, that's the Bear or the Lions DC. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but I would see them turning over to a player like that. Antoine Randall L being the assistant. So I would think that would be the move that they would go. Plus, that would be in-house talent that they have as well. So it's possible, but.
Damien says, Dio, Braxton, Stevenson, Gordon, TJ, and Dex can all go. Braxton and Stevenson shouldn't have been gone, or should have been gone a long time ago.
Stevenson sticks around because he's on a rookie deal, but Braxton, he signed the team-friendly deal. That's why they brought him back. He signed a prove-it deal. So yeah.
J2K, what's up, man? Bear down, everybody. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in real quick. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Big Mike.
Shouting out to J2K.
Right back at him. Everybody. Bears.
Oof. Good stuff today, man.
Welcome back, Wedge. Yeah. Welcome back.
It felt good to be back, man. I missed all your ugly mugs, and your witty banter as well. After talking with my dad for a week, hey, it's good to get some other opinions out there. So,
well, boys, Bears fans, I don't know, unless there's any last calls. Any last calls, anybody out there? J2K. Richard Smith is our linebacker coach. Yes, he is.
Mm-hmm.
And a good linebacker coach, too, at that.
Yeah.
Really good. The way he was able to get those backup linebackers to come in and ball out, tremendous. Of course, you give credit to the players for coming in and making the plays, but to having a coach be detail orientated, get these guys up to snuff, up to par, and they balled out, man. I mean, look at he got what's his name paid. DeMarco Jackson.
Yeah.
He got him paid. Thank you, Richard Smith. Oh, here we go. This is maybe a little insight to what I was looking for. Chad, he says, DCs have coached or walked over to position groups during practices. So I would assume if Harris wants the secondary to remain a strength, he'll poke his head over there in the meetings. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
And then J2K says, dang it, I'm so late. Showed up right as we're about to give our goodbyes.
Our
J2K,
salutations.
But that's okay. As soon as we're hit the end, you go right back to the beginning and start over. Or listen to us while you're mowing the lawn or making lunch or cooking dinner.
Driving to
work.
Whatever, man.
Driving into work is a good time to listen to us. You watched Swingers yet? I have not. But to be fair, I haven't watched any movies.
Yes.
I didn't even watch the crazy one. But like I said, Swingers will be my next movie I watch. So there's that. And Toast says, 1 Jarrito to go, please. Nice.
You got it, buddy. Here's a pineapple for you. Sorry, it's half drink.
It's half drunken. Yeah, so is my fruit punch. I got another one in the fridge, though.
Yes.
Come on over. It's yours. Grizz. Thanks for the show, Jets. Good shit. Thank you, sir. Thank you guys so much.
With that being said, let's not deprive Big Mike any longer of his favorite song. And with that, boys, we say happy birthday to America. It's not 250. Hopefully you guys enjoyed your 4th.
Wait, say that again because it cut out a little bit because of the song.
Happy birthday, America. So hopefully you guys enjoyed your 4th. And until next time, bear down.
Peace.
All week long we wait for this Sunday time. Hear that crowd start rolling. Feel that blue and orange pride. From the first whistle blowing